For the month of May, Rad Rolls is coming together to celebrate Wes Johnson's Voice of Palooza to benefit The Longest Day, which is a part of the Alzheimer's Association. Worldwide, 50 million people are living with Alzheimer's or another dementia. More than 6 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's. More than 11 million Americans are providing unpaid care for people living with Alzheimer's or other dementia. The money you raise through our campaign through The Longest Day advances the care, support, and research efforts of the Alzheimer's Association. The Alzheimer's Association leads the way to end Alzheimer's and all other dementia by accelerating global research, driving risk reduction and early detection, and maximizing quality care and support. As the world's largest nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's research, the Alzheimer's Association is committed to accelerating the global effort to eliminate Alzheimer's. Link is in the description to donate. We're running this campaign the whole month of May along with other Fallout content creators. So now is the time to donate to a great cause that the Fallout community is coming together for. Thank you.
You're listening to WRRS 22, pirate radio for the wasteland. Reports are showing bodies washing up on the levees. Strange that they're missing all their hands. To me, it's hard enough to get a hand out here in this hellscape. Still, a mystery to me. I wonder if anyone could ask those swimmers what happened. But dead men tell no tales. Anyways, time to let the show roll.
You are up first with your special opportunity attack. What are you going to do here?
Are we close range?
You are all close range, yes. You're all speaking to him around a bonfire.
I mean, I also have a shotgun now, so I kind of want to, like, show him what's what. Yeah. Be like, oh, really?
Tat it.
Yeah, I think I'll just keep it simple, and we'll just do a little shotgun blast here. I don't have anything fancy to put with it, so. Oh, well.
You are at close range. Success, but you're gonna do your damage because one is at close range. You're gonna do your damage, but your gun is gonna jam after this for one turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's 6 damage. And let's see here. Yeah, you shoot him. You shoot him. I hit him. You can call a shot because you have a pit boy.
I was just gonna say center mass.
Yeah, center mass. You just shotgun blast him to the chest, and he just takes it, and there's blood kind of like pouring out of each little hole on him, and he looks almost uncaring about this.
Great.
And next up in the order is Lonnie K-Bear. Lonnie, what are you doing?
A satch gun to the left leg.
That's great. You can roll that. Yeah, you shoot off your satch gun, and it's like toodaloo, toodaloo, and it just fires and just hits the bonfire, and it just like there's like a little spark, a little extra flame.
Yeah, I asked him to dance, and he danced.
You were just a little nervous.
Lonnie Haybear. Excuse me, Pep Hackett.
Yeah. Okay, I'd like to shoot him in the left leg.
Okay, tell me a little bit about these pillars. Do they look like...
They are stone.
Does it look like if I, like... at a running start and kind of like ram my shoulder into it that I could knock one over?
I say that you could try that. They look like ancient stone pillars that have been here for like your character doesn't have any concept of Stonehenge, but that's what they look like.
All right, maybe I'll just see him take a shotgun blast, but I'm gonna try to whack him with the base hammer.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that for close range.
Hold on, sorry, guys. Roll into my character sheet, my weapon. All right, now this is me not remembering how to play. Where do I click on there to roll with that, attack with that?
You can click on just the word. Yeah, under the purple tab of weapons, you can just click on the name.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. Pop something up. It did. Okay.
You'll need to click on you did the damage, so that can be your damage of how much damage you do. But you'll need to click on the name, like the actual like word name, and that should pop it up. Not the drop down or anything, just like the physical text.
There we go. That's the trouble of doing a pop out window from my character sheet is I always miss where the input value is, or the pop up.
Oh
yeah,
honey.
Oofy. You actually gain a luck point. So make sure to add that in your character sheet with a 1.
I'm adding 2 action points to the pool as well.
Yeah, you just you take your base hammer and you sling like how do you tell me how you killed this man with a base hammer?
I think Pep's gonna do a sort of an uppercut like hit.
Golf swing.
He's gonna golf swing and do some sweet chin music on this ghouly boy.
Yeah, and he just flies backwards, incapacitated, and not breathing. So you will have managed to kill this summoner of sorts. What are you all doing?
Well, I want shotgun shells.
Good idea.
Okay, yeah, you can get some shotgun shells. There you go. You got you would have, well, he does have actually. It's in the thing. Yeah, 4 shotgun shells. Congratulations.
Oh, good.
Do you got any other shit? Shotgun? You can have a shotgun.
What kind of shotgun is it?
Got an outfit. He's got a machete and a book of just like scribbles, indecipherable.
I'll take that. Thank you. What is it with mental, like homicidal maniacs and their inability to write anything that can be transcribed or understood? I mean, it's like a psychosis.
Guys, should we grant him his final wish and nail his hands to this thing?
I mean, that sounds like a terrible idea, and I think we should do it. Because if it works, who knows?
I mean, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. I think we should just wrap one of our hands in some gauze or something and light that on fire just to see. To see.
Lonnie and I could light our power fists.
As a medical practitioner, I recommend against us lighting our hands on fire.
You're saying you couldn't figure out how to light my hands on fire.
I didn't say I couldn't. Okay. I said it's not a good idea.
Well,
you're going to do it anyway, though, aren't you, Clark?
I'm just saying, let's cut off his hands and nail him to the thing, and then we can decide whose hands we light on fire.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Thank you.
Might as well. At the very least, it's sort of like just desserts.
I don't want to use a stupid machete.
What if it's like
I'll take the machete. Because it scales up with the armor. So like Lonnie with the combat knife, and then the power armor with the machete. Like it just it just looks more aesthetically pleasing. The combat knife and the power armor, not a good look.
It looks silly.
Yeah.
You gotta have a bigger weapon.
Yeah, I can't.
Right, so
I
you
can't
looted
really
this body.
throw them well.
Are you doing anything ritualistic, or
I think,
are you just leaving it?
I think we've decided. Clark is going to cut off his hands with Bob, and he wants, he's going to look at Hazel and be like, "Look, it's that no mess. Cauterize it as we do it. I'm learning."
Are you?
Sure. Make sure if
yeah.
you. Yeah. It's amateur hour.
Now,
I've
Pat,
got a multi-tool. And with the power armor, we'll just sort of dink, 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 put that into the stone. I don't think we'll need a pilot hole because power armor.
Right. So who's lighting the hands on fire here?
nose goes.
Yeah.
I mean, what if we wrap like my power armor hands?
That's what I was saying. Lonnie or I
that
could wrap our power armor hands, and set them on fire. It's not going to do anything. Say the magic words.
Hazel's going to try and turn that book upside down and see if it makes any more sense upside down.
Yeah, luck plus survival for a difficulty 4 for me.
Luck plus survival.
Use the AP.
Yeah, how much you want this to stick? We've got 3 AP.
Use them all.
Sure.
Get your extra 2 die.
All right. Yeah.
Let's do
So get 2 extra dice. We'll
Okay. And how did it look?
So we're halfway there. If you spend a luck point, there's a 15% chance we'll hit.
Okay, and I have daring nature, so I can also re-roll 1 also.
Reroll. Oh God.
So I can re-roll 2 of them.
When did you take daring nature?
Oh my
time.
god!
Yeah, there you go.
Shit.
We generated another action point back. Yeah.
Did actually generate another action point back. Hazel, you start reading this book. This book is a detailed account of how to summon a being known as Papa Legba, who is the kind of the conduit between life and death for a Haitian voodoo culture. This site is a very sacred ritual site that requires 8 hand sacrifices and somebody holding essentially their hands into a fire as they say, "We summon you, Papa Legba." The stipulation is that this actually needs to hurt human flesh in some form or fashion when you stick the burned hands in. You also read different accounts of Papa Legba appearing after this ritual has been complete and allowing people to talk to deceased people. And you also note in this book that once someone has completed this ritual of the hands, whoever has stuck their hands into the fire is able to light their hands on fire at any other point and talk to the spirits of the afterlife.
Guys, Clark needs this.
So I am going to relate this to my group with sort of a quasi-sarcastic, disbelieving air to it, just because, she's essentially, a scholar and a scientist. She's not totally disregarding it, but it sounds fantastical and slightly ridiculous. But she's going to tell them everything that she can make out in this. As far as New Orleans Misco, Papa Legba does sound familiar. It just, chances are better that we just created a really grotesque art installation instead of actually being able to talk to the dead. So
this just requires pain.
Well, somebody needs to actually be physically burned. Somebody needs to actually sacrifice pain and flesh. I don't know how bad.
Lonnie will step out of the power armor.
And you said and you said you can turn your hands back on fire at any time?
Or it takes another sacrifice of fire to be able to summon. Like, what? We need clarification on that. Like,
Well, the person who wrote this was definitely not firing on all 8 cylinders, as Pep would say. So,
Yes. But to clarify for the stipulations is this ritual is good for one person to stick their hands into the fire and summon Papa Legba. Once they have done that, then they may light their hands on fire via whatever method. They're not pyrokinetic at that point. But once they light their hands on fire, then they may summon anyone from the dead to ask them one question.
yeah,
Then do they get to set their hands on fire anytime they want at will? Was that part of it?
Yep, but you will take one
with
damage every time you do.
yeah, but with enough gasoline, you can do that. Like, anyone can do that.
We got
Right,
a shish
exactly.
kebab. We always have
Yeah.
fire now.
Yeah, I
It's only good
experimented
for the
with
person-
throwing
It's only good for the person
flaming.
that does the ritual, though.
Yeah. I'll pop out the power armor and I'll go up to Hazel and I'll roll my arm up to show like just various and sundry, like basically cigarette and cigar burns and stuff like that. Like
Oh, Lonnie.
it doesn't
Uh,
bother me.
Clark's
It should.
gonna walk up. Clark's gonna walk up to next to Lonnie and say, "Hold on now. Which one of us can like regrow skin within like a few hours?"
Okay, I have a better question. Which of the two of you actually wants to talk to somebody who's dead more?
I think both of us really want to talk to Marty Buffon very badly.
Mm,
I'm actually ambivalent about Marty.
Really?
And honestly,
Well,
of
then who did
all
you
the
want to
people
talk
here
to?
that may want to speak with somebody from the dead, and I'll just kind of stop the sentence there and give Hazel a knowing look.
I appreciate that, but I can't take a chance with my hands. I need to be able to heal you guys. I've messed up my hand once before and it almost got us all killed. I can't do it.
I will stick my hands in the fire.
Whoa!
You bitch.
Okay.
Oh man.
That's what Clark says
Honey.
to you.
Do you say the secret passphrase?
I say the secret
I
passphrase. How much damage do I take?
I summon. It's gonna roll here in a second. Yeah, 5 damage.
Okay.
To your arm, to your arms. You can figure out what it's. To
Yeah, I think my
hands.
clothes has some DR. Yeah, I'll take 3 of that, but it definitely
at this
hurts.
Point, a dark cloud almost covers the area, almost as a mist rolls into the into this air, this stoned area, and you hear a voice in your head that says, "Speak the name."
Hazel, what's your brother's name?
Martin
Martin Greenglass.
What's your question?
You didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shook that this is actually working. What did he learn about what happened to him?
Yeah. What happened? What led to your demise?
At this point, almost like a ghostly visage, it's unrecognizable, kind of appears in the mist, almost like a face, kind of marking around it. It's indiscernible of if this is actually a Hazel's brother or not. But you hear the voice say, "It was a trick. I thought
Yeah.
I was going be a part of the river crawler caravan. I was lured into a vault and killed, but yet replaced. This is what I know. Mist clears and the storm cloud pulls away. And you hear a voice, Lonnie, that says, "When you need me again, light the fire."
Well, that I guess that confirms what we assumed, and we know who killed him. And we know everything that we knew before. It just confirmed. But yeah, I'm gonna need a minute. and Hayes kind of walks away, sort of like wanders a little bit of a distance from everybody else. Just for
Yep. I think the that neurologic pain is going to kick in on Lonnie's hands. Like the shock of that whole situation probably was enough endorphins to not feel it, but now he's probably going to start feeling it. So, yeah, probably wrap my hands up and walk that off a little bit, and then get back in the power armor. So, what was our new friend's name?
Papa Legba?
Papa Legba. Yeah, I haven't made I meant to make. I realized this halfway through. I was like, I should have made a thing. It's essentially like it functions kind of not necessarily like the Loop Guru, but it is a kind of like spirit that you essentially take Molotov cocktail damage. And Lonnie is the only one that can do it. He has to burn his hands, and he is allowed to ask any person that has died a question. Kind of like Speak to Dead in D&D, but this time there's a damage cost.
That's cool. Actually, that is really cool.
It's getting weirder, guys.
I'm adding that as an item in my inventory just to remind myself.
Portable hands, my new item. I got it at a supermarket.
Yeah.
Hot hands.
Dead people, my hands now burn. All right, so that is what has happened at the ritual site. What is next for you all, as you all kind of, I guess, experience that?
So just like, okay. As Hazel's, when she takes a minute, she's going to walk back, and she realizes she can't do anything about his hand injuries because he's now wearing power armor. So, yeah, I'll use a stim. I can still stim pack while he's in his power armor. Right?
It's like probably
it's
like
fine.
Get in between.
It'll be it wasn't that much damage in the grand scheme of things. It's fine. We can share a moment later, but
all right.
Don't waste your resources.
Okay. Do you want a shot or something?
Nah, I need to have my wits about me. I don't do shots with this group anymore.
That's probably wise. Look, we can learn, okay? You can't be taught new tricks.
Ever
since that one bar crawl, man.
Yeah. Let's let that particular sleeping dog lie.
Yeah, no more little smokies. Gotcha.
All right, so you all are headed, I guess, out. Do you want to go to location 3 with the trees or 4 with the box and stuff?
I'd like to go check out the trees.
Okay, great. Everybody else
this
cool with
idea.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, cool. So you kind of come up on this area, and you can actually see that there's kind of like water standing between you and this little island. This island is kind of small, but has these almost like weird trees that have what you can tell are beehives on them, and you can hear the bees buzzing around. You see that there's like almost like a little bench, like a park bench, a picnic bench, situated in the middle. And there seems to be a large being in a bright yellow suit, moving jars around on this table. You're kind of across the water from it. It's surrounded by water on all sides. So what are you all doing?
Did we find a swamp apiary?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what an apiary is.
I
Do
know
an
what
intelligence
apiaries.
check for me.
So, does the creature or whatever it is, jars, does it look like a humanoid, or does it look a little bit larger than a normal humanoid?
Perception plus science for a difficulty 2.
I'm encouraged that he didn't say survival. Okay. Perception plus science. Plus science. Okay. Oh, one success.
One success. I'll give you kind of a mixed success. They look kind of large. Just hell, they have this giant yellow suit on. That's just like covering their whole body. They look kind of large.
I was
They're
picturing
taking up
a
more room in the
business
park
suit.
bench than they should.
Can I make a
Business
survival
suit or
check
like
to
a-
see if this
No,
is
no, no,
swamp
no.
honey?
This is like a big, almost like coveralls with the boots, and
Gotcha.
a little hood on it. I would say. With
I was
gloves.
honestly
Is it-
picturing like a kind of a dapper super mutant. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Can I make a survival check to see if this is swamp honey?
Okay, yeah. If it is swamp, okay.
Swamp
Yeah,
honey,
do,
yeah.
Do I guess a perception plus survival for difficulty 1.
Okay.
What is swamp honey? Does it like get you stoned or something?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so
All
swamp
right,
honey
yeah, that's a success. What's
is
swamp honey?
swamp honey. So bees
Mm-hmm.
will typically collect pollen from stuff that's grown in areas, and
In
so
place.
swamp
Very
swamp
specific.
honey.
Holy crap! This is
Yeah.
breaking my mind. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
So swamp honey is the most like vile stuff that like you could ever imagine, but
Mhm.
it does have some medicinal benefit
Okay.
and can be used as a substitute for adhesive if you're in a pinch.
Ooh,
Some
lovely.
people have been known to eat it and they are idiots.
So
Yeah,
it's-
this is
it's-
swamp honey.
Also the wax controlled flame. People have made candles out of it.
This sounds
Lovely.
just like regular bees, except for like
it's just
fringe
gross.
class bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
These
they
sound
don't
like
have
white trailer trash bees. Like that's
yeah, they don't have
Yeah.
anything good to make honey out of, but
Well,
damn it, they still try.
good
No,
for
it's
you.
good enough for them to
them.
survive. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
man in a
this-
yellow non-business suit, a bunch of white trailer trash bees are over on this island.
So are
Hell
is
yes.
Lonnie describing us that
What
these are
swamp
trash
honey is?
bees like out loud?
Trash bees.
trash bees.
Yeah. That's
I
canon.
No,
He did
I'll
it.
say out loud like that's swamp honey, and then everyone's going to look at me like,
What?
okay, it's a Louisiana thing, okay,
Mhm.
and then I'll give the explanation like, there's no plants tastes terrible, has some practical purpose. Some people will actually willfully eat it.
I gotta say, coming from somebody that lives somewhere where there's actually no plants,
And I've read it.
Well, I don't really know what my point is. This place is kind of shitty.
Like, there's Eurasian bees that would gather like pollen and nectar from poppies and get you like high as a freaking kite.
Oh yeah, there's the hallucinogenic honey, which is very dangerous to harvest.
I will admit, I'm very curious about that. That might have some actual material also. So maybe we can get a sample of this, and I can figure out if there's something we can use it, as routine treatments, or possibly something other than
Here's the thing, though.
Candle wax.
Here's the thing. There's a reason he's wearing a suit, though.
Mm-hmm. Trash bees are ill-tempered, I take it.
That, and some people will like die from a few stings. And they swell up, and then just like blood, like just like it's Hazel, you'd be fascinated by it. Clark, you've probably made somebody do that. Like, but yeah, you probably want a suit.
We probably want a suit, and we probably want something. If we have something that produces smoke, the reaction usually of the bees I'm more familiar with is if they sense smoke, they basically hunker down and start flapping their wings quickly to sort of try and clear the smoke away from the hives. And when they do that, they are less likely to fly up and sting you. They're more interested in self-preservation. So that's how you can use smoke to be able to mess around with beehives without getting stung. That being said, if these guys are as ill-tempered as you think, they may tell you that if we're the source of the fire, they'll just sting us, and that'll take care of the fire. So I wouldn't stake our lives on it.
Yeah, I got to be honest.
Lonnie and I are already in suits.
Yeah,
I'm not going
Are you sure there's no little crevices or cracks that we could get into?
I mean, we
Because
could.
being
you
your
just-
power armor would not be a fun experience for you.
Yeah,
It'd
I'm
be a
not
great
going
experience
over
for us, but for you, it'd suck.
It seals up tight, right? Right, Lonnie? These suits.
Yeah,
tight.
I mean they're watertight.
Water.
They've got to be bee tight.
But that is a good question.
Gotta be
Did
tight.
we each end up with helmets?
I've got a helmet in my inventory.
Both of you bought helmets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I could not remember because for a long
Although
time I
keep
was not
putting
rocking a
the
helmet.
shield up so you can talk, Peppers. But keep the shield down.
I take the whole thing off. It's
Like
it's a
Hazel,
big-
do you want to talk to the? Do you want to borrow the armor? Do you want to talk? Would you like to see the bees?
I would love to see the bees. Here, let's try this first. And I'm actually just going to yell at the guy who's across the way messing with the bees. I'm going to actually attempt to yell and get attention to him to us.
I mean,
I'm going to yell, "Hey, bee guy!"
oh,
And I wave my hands over here. You got a minute?
Yeah.
oh, man, I don't have to kill another guy today.
Charisma
Beeman.
plus speech for difficulty 3, I think.
Charisma plus speech. Oh, this is going to be great because I am terrible at all of these. I got one success.
Yeah, the guy sitting across the way kind of sees you and then quickly gets up from his park bench and kind of like sticks himself behind a tree and is like, he's very large, so it's like kind of weird.
Oh, he's
but
shy.
just, like hiding.
That's a shy guy over there. Can I get a little bit closer to him without getting within what I would perceive as being
Bee range.
range, yeah.
range.
You're gonna need to swim in order to do that in the swamp. An island in the swamp.
Man, I did not take Aqua Girl as a perk, even though I'm sure that I was very impressed seeing Lonnie do it. So I'm like, Lonnie,
Yes.
and Pep, since you guys are in power armor, it'd be awesome if they're nice. Ask the guy if he wants to talk to us.
I was there with you until you said the talk part.
I could talk to the guy. He's just like a tall weirdo keeping swamp bees. I'm sure he's perfectly reasonable. It can't go any worse than our last conversation with a stranger, right?
I mean, yeah, this guy isn't asking us to hammer our hands into a stone pillar, so
Yeah,
I'll give him points for
He's
that.
not asking us yet.
He did.
stick our hands into a honey jar.
Granted,
That's right.
that guy aimed and shot a shotgun at you, and this guy hit us. So it's a slightly different dynamic happening here. I got an idea. How about somebody wearing power armor can walk through the water over there, and I'll just ride on top of your shoulders
You're right.
like a little spider monkey.
All right, okay. You can ride on my shoulders.
Okay.
Walk halfway across so you're not in B range. I'll be safe under the water. I don't know. We don't even know how deep this water is, Hazel.
We don't.
Keep the conversation short. I don't want to be underwater too long.
Well, I'm not gonna make you stay underwater while I'm talking to him. How long can you hold your breath?
The suit is self-contained. It's like a diving suit. I'll be fine. And still want to be in the water for too long.
Yeah, he can pee in there.
We established that at some point. Yeah. Okay, let's go. I'll admit, this is kind of exciting. Maybe I should give you handles for helmet so I can hold on at some point in the future.
Because we're just friends, Hazel. I mean,
the look that crosses her face when he says that is just like, what?
fun. I'll start getting in the water. You can kind of swim on top.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'll
Yeah, you
I'll
all
roll
get about
athletics if I need to, but
you all get about halfway there, and the water is deep, and it has gotten to a point where you will need to be submerged. Almost, it seems weird, but you will need to be submerged for a little bit in order to get to the island.
All right.
That said, Hazel is actively walking on water.
Yeah, I can stand and I might be able to pirouette, but you know what? Heck with that. I'm going to give his helmet a little clink with the affirmative. Go ahead. Let's go.
All right. Can I see anything, pop on my head?
Can he see underwater? He's got the scuba gear thing going.
Are you moving forward towards the island?
Yes.
Okay, then Hazel, let's see if you can swim. Why don't you do an agility plus athletics to see if you're able to swim, essentially. Do a difficulty 2, I would say.
Okay, I am out of practice with swimming, but I usually can swim. Let's try it. And no, this is water's. I don't think I could swim.
Yeah, you're gonna take 2 radiation damage.
That's fine.
From trying to swim, and you're stuck kind of in the water. This is it's so weird and viscous. It's like this strange swamp situation.
This is not like beach water, guys. This is not salt water. This is not working for me.
Bad idea. Bad idea.
That's fine. Let's just get through this. How am I going to get to drown? No, I might wish I had drowned.
Pep, what are you doing while your friend is drowning?
Am I able to notice? Like, I imagine I would notice that she's no longer. Is she? I assume she's no longer like on my shoulder.
Yeah, you would notice. Yeah, if somebody left your shoulders and your head, even if you were in a suit of armor, I think you'd notice.
I'm gonna again. Can I see anything in this?
You look around. You kind of look forward, and you actually see a bit of the island. And the island is actually not a mound of dirt. It's actually a number of trees that have roots into the bottom of this almost lake. Where you notice that dirt has actually caked around the roots of the trees to make it look like an island, but really you would need to climb the roots to get to the top of the island.
Well, that explains why I can't swim through this stuff. Ugh.
Is Hazel struggling? Is it clear that she's in distress?
I'm pretty much struggling, yeah.
You took 2 radiation damage. Yeah. She's in distress.
Yeah, a dead man's float will keep me from drowning, but it won't help me with the radiation damage.
See if I can like grab her feet and lift her up. Like, if I can lift
like
her out
cheerleader squad, like
cheerleader squad style.
Okay, so yeah, I would say, let me figure
that's
out
a roll
for this one. That's a roll.
I feel like you both need to roll. One for you're stable enough, and 2, can she stand up?
Yeah, Pep, you're gonna do a strength plus. I'd say I would say strength plus athletics check for difficulty 2.
Passive training.
You're gonna roll a agility plus luck for difficulty 2.
Okay.
So
it'll have to be agility something else or luck and something else.
Oh, I'm sorry, I messed it up.
That's okay.
Luck and athletics.
So make luck and athletics.
Yeah, athletics and luck.
Right.
We have
I got 1 success.
Did mine go through?
Yeah, you got 1 success and a critical failure.
My roll.
Yeah, you managed to. You managed to. Okay, how do I want to do this? Hazel, you fall in the water again, and you take 2 radiation damage from that exposure. Pep,
not working for me.
You go to like hold this person up, and I'm pretty sure actually. Hang on. What's the strength and athletics rule on power armor? I think there's like something special you get.
Strength. No, strength. You get a strength 11.
Is he gonna like break my leg accidentally?
Ooh.
Pep, your power armor fusion cell falls out the back of you.
Oh no!
And you are now frozen at the bottom of the lake.
Like this,
Lonnie,
you are vision to all of this.
I'm dumping the power armor, like I'm dismounting, and I have no idea. Water, by the way. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what's happening with Pep. I figured that he's safe in the power armor, but Hazel's a priority, so I'm going to dismount and drop anything that's heavy. So probably like the musket or whatever, and I'm going to dive in and try to get Hazel out.
Yeah, okay.
We survived the psycho with the shotgun, and we all end up.
We lost to water.
Do an agility plus athletics, because you're kind of like like using control in your athletics, you're lifting and pushing. For difficulty 2, you will not suffer any issues, but Hazel might if you fail.
Oh Jesus!
I'll spend a luck point to re-roll that. Like I'm not. So that's a 3. So I get a success.
Okay. Yeah. So you get 1 success on that difficulty 2. I'm going to give you a mixed success. I'm going to say that Hazel takes 1 radiation damage, but you managed to pull her to the shore. in a valiant swimming effort, like the Michael Phelps of the swamps.
Okay.
Got swamp goop all over me.
Any way of knowing that Pep is in distress right now?
You could peep in there and like you would know that like you would seen like Hazel and Pep carrying each other. Hazel's flailing about, so I think that you would suspect that
something happened.
Something. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Once Hazel's ashore, I'm gonna dive in again and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, do a perception plus science for difficulty 2.
Ooh. Am I wrong? Could we communicate with our Pit Boys? Was that a thing?
I think you can. You should be able to.
It's only one success.
Yeah, you see Pep underneath there of the stuff, and you kind of spy your equipment that you kind of dropped. Like you see Pep, and that he is just like frozen.
Toon style.
There. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with his arms straight up. He's cramping a little.
I'll I don't know. We probably haven't had much opportunity to. I'm going to do what I learned in Brotherhood of Steel school, which is like a couple of solid knocks on the back, like 3 knocks, to let somebody know that like an ally is behind. Pep's not going to know what this means at all. All Pep's going to hear is like thong, thong, thong. So, God knows if he'll freak out or not.
Yeah.
Seeing that he's in armor lock right now, this sounds like classic fusion core depletion. I check his fusion core hole, see that it's vacant. So like, fusion core ejection. Okay. So I don't have to go up and get mine and hook this back up. I just need to find the one that's down here. So I guess I'm going to try to search the bottom, see if I can find this, because it's a sizable thing, right? Like it's
do a perception plus science for difficulty 1.
Hey,
nice.
Take a luck.
He finds an extra one down there. All right.
With that success, you find the fusion core at the bottom of the swamp floor you have in your hand, and I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna socket that, and I'm gonna give 2 thumps. Because the socketing is probably going to cause like some stuff to light up, and the 2 thumps is like, ready for action, whatever. And I'll grab on and just sort of kick off of him to resurface, get myself a good deep breath of air.
He's going to be like, who's hitting me?
Alani, when you surface, you hear a voice like come from that island that says, "You guys could just go."
At this point, we were just kind of interested in the swamp honey.
This is the most uninteresting thing ever.
That's it. Huh. Because just over there was supposedly the most interesting thing. So the fact that those 2 things are so close together boggles my mind.
What was over there?
So some crazy guy collecting hands.
That's weird.
But you don't have you don't have to worry about him anymore. Say, are you collecting swamp honey?
What do you know about swamp honey?
I know a little bit about swamp honey. I'm more interested in like the wax, but you know, I've never tasted it. I've been told not to taste it. But I still, yeah, like it. It's interesting. My friends want to know more about swamp honey, but
Well, all right, fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can come here if you want to come here, but you don't have to come here. But you could come here if you want.
okay. Are the bees okay?
Oh yeah, bees aren't gonna hurt you. Yeah, they're fine.
Pep is going to come trudging out of the water back onto the shore.
Yeah, I'll come.
Guys, there's something in the water. There's something in the water. It knocked out my fusion core. It like batted me around a little bit. Is everyone okay?
I'll come wading over, knowing that I've got a body of water to jump in case the bees do get hostile. I mean,
Yeah, you enter this like little like almost like silt and dirt island, kind of crowded with trees, and you see a looming 9-foot tall being in a giant yellow hazmat suit appear from behind the tree, and he goes over and sits on this park bench with all these various cans of stuff and says, looks at you and says, "Oh yeah, you can come over here if you want to taste some of the honey. You can have some of it if you want it, but don't tell anybody we got it. This is a special recipe, you know."
sure. Because Lonnie has batted 1,000 as far as eating random stuff. So, yeah, it has yet to bite me. So I'll come over. Is there plenty of space on the bench for two?
Yeah, on the other side of the bench, there's plenty of space.
Okay.
Not on his side.
Yeah, I'll sit on the other like extreme side. I don't want to crowd him or anything.
Yeah, he starts kind of like rummaging through and kind of like prepping it. But while he's prepping it, he kind of looks at you and he says, "So, what brings you out here? What are you looking for? What are you doing out here? Normally, we don't get very many people out here. Just like really insane people coming up to Burns Refuge. But for the most part, nobody."
Yeah, we're actually looking for a vault.
He kind of goes silent and is still making the honey, and he says, "So, what do you want that for?"
Well, we are looking for something, not someone, but something. We think that there are people who are in trouble, and we want to help them, and we are looking for something that might help them.
So, you guys, what's the best? You're not government affiliated, right?
God, no. Which government?
The United States.
Oh, no. I mean, we live here just like you, but none of us are like, like senators or anything.
At this point, he looks at you and he says, "Okay, do you mind if I just I'm pretty protective of a lot of stuff, but it's really hot in this suit. Are you not going to freak out when I take this suit off? I need some air."
Sure. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, he takes off. He kind of like sets his honey stuff down, and he unzips from the side. And almost when he unzips, you see this mass of hair, just kind of like poke out, and the suit comes peeling off of him. And you realize that you are looking at this giant, fur-covered being, almost like a super mutant, covered completely in fur. And he's just like hanging around. He's got like some like tufts of fur that have like a little bit of stickiness on them. Looks like maybe some swamp honey has gotten in there. And he goes back and continues to make this honey material. It's just kind of stirring it, and
Yeah, I can see where you might have been a little warm in there, friend.
yeah, most people don't know what to do when they see me. That's why I have to live here on this little island and wear the suit whenever I see people coming. But really, people could be coming all the time. So, really, the only people that help me are that whole village, across the way. They sometimes bring me some food and some other stuff, but I've just been out here for years.
Oh, there's a village nearby.
Oh, yeah, there is. It's nice. They've got a lot of stuff.
Oh,
They have some weird things that they do, but they're all up in these like treetops and just kind of like hang out and really just spend a lot of time with nature, like me.
Okay. Do you know if they've got like a train station?
No. They don't have a train station, but I mean they have a lot. Have a person that comes and helps them that has a giant house that has big legs.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting. So we have a village of our own. And we're actually between locations. Really, it's a train. What we have is a train now. And
yeah. Those they've been there for years and years. The guys, not people. I mean, they've just been hanging out, chilling.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't So I don't know if this Lonnie would have heard of Gaia's Knot. I think they would have been pretty secretive, and plus Lonnie never really made it outside of the city, so I don't think that lands with him.
Prime Lonnie doesn't know, but Beta Lonnie.
Yeah, Beta.
Lonnie,
Yeah, Beta Lonnie, Cuck Lonnie.
Yeah.
So unfair to Beta Lonnie.
Yeah. Well, we have a village of our own, and we're kind of traveling and stuff. I'm glad you're being tended to, because swamp honey is tricky to harvest and has some benefits, and we promise not to tell anybody that you're here, but it sounds like it gets a lot of foot traffic anyway.
I appreciate that, and he kind of reaches into his pocket and he pulls out the thing. He's like, if you get lost, here's a map. It's kind of ripped up of the park itself. I added some notes in there just of various things. You need it more than I do. I've lived here for years, but and don't forget the honey. And he kind of like passes over a mason jar full of a kind of like, it's not quite golden, like a golden liqueur. It's like a kind of a clearish, greenish, yellowish liquid.
It's kind of mucusy.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a honeycomb in there?
Yeah.
Cool. So we got like the whole thing for Hazel to be able to investigate. All right. Well, thank you for this. Is there anything that you've been on the lookout for? Any special foods, drinks, supplies?
I mean, I've been. It's no worry. It's no worry for you.
Okay. Well, we will be around. I'll wave when we leave. I don't think I caught your name.
Oh, my name? They just call me hairy man.
Well, Harryman, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Lonnie, sometimes they call me the Nightmare. It's
that's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, it's a long story and not nearly as cool when you see it spelled out. But you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for the honey.
Oh, you're welcome. He's just making honey. He's doing his thing.
I will wade back out into the murky waters and come back to shore, where I hope Hazel has caught her breath and Pep realizes that there wasn't some odd creature down there trying to infiltrate his power armor.
100% does not realize that. He still thinks there's a monster in that water.
Yeah, Hazel has come back to herself and caught her breath, but she's fairly certain she must have taken a lot of radiation damage. Where she saw like a swamp squatch or something over there. She would swear it's like a Bigfoot, and that couldn't be what she was seeing over there. So she's going to need to take some Rad away and maybe a nap.
Oh, speaking of, when Lonnie gets back to shore, Clark lets out a yawn because he did lay down for a nap as soon as Lonnie got out of the power armor, and he saw all three. He saw all three of you just splashing about in this fucking water.
Just like
were you missing any HP because you gained that back? That was just
no, I wasn't. But
you got your spell slots back. Don't worry about that. Like,
it's a short rest, but you're a warlock.
You got your 2 wall shaves back. You're good.